Alright, greetings to all, this is Chancers North Wales. Another attempt at this video. First time round I didn't check what memory I had left on my phone, and as I listened to an awful lot of podcasts, I very rapidly soak up my phone memory with listening to those back to back, so I had to delete a pile of stuff even from the past week. Anyway, it's a second run at this. If you're getting a second Chancers View, it means I haven't extracted digit from aperture, and I just haven't done the build vid for the Kamov 226 yet. Well, I haven't finished the build vid. So there we have it, the little Kamov 226 happily whirling. Well, was a plastic kit not whirling away, not like Dana Happy Rotation with his brilliant quality build vids, and the fact that he motorizes them as well makes them even better. I am inspired by his work and love watching what he does and how he presents it and all the rest of it. So, you know, if you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to Dana Happy Rotation. Anyway, glad the Kamov done. It's been finished now about a month or so. Something under that, I think, a few weeks. And I plugged straight on because I needed something to get back the mojo. A Yak 38. This is the Kangami kit. Now I'm doing the stuff for build video. I'm not stopping doing build videos. I'm still recording the stuff for them. It's just the bit about sitting down, compiling them, and all the rest of it. So I needed a mojo recovery build, something that would, well, something not be a shake and bake. As I'm not building a Tamiya, but something that I could build fairly easily, straightforwardly. And this, I suppose, has largely met that requirement. Apart from the absolutely appalling, terrible fit of the vertical stabilizer. The aircraft itself, yeah, it's... oh God. It's got serious bloody issues. This is my existing one that I built a while back. So you know I'm dealing with, on a recovery program, if I build an aircraft that I've already got, especially when it's a single-seater. So this was my original Yak 38. The Hobby Master kit. And I'll leave you to look at them up ahead. These are supposed to be models of the same aircraft, same scale, and even just look at the difference between the two intake profiles. You just sort of look at it and think, I know Revell have done one, and but I've never been able to find it. Hobby Boss do probably the best one out there, but it's in 148, so it's outside my remit. And we just look crap sat amongst the 172nd. So this is my second one. Lengthwise, they are pretty similar. But that is where the similarity largely ends. Look, I appreciate many of these kits go back to the Cold War, and access to these can be limited. They're using reference photos, they're using other things. It seems unlikely to me that the guys from Hobby Master or Kagami spent time crawling around a Yak 38. They probably used the available photos that they had at the time and other bits and pieces. And bearing in mind there aren't many Yak 38s around, it wasn't exported, so I accept this, you know. Something we have to accept. If we love Russian aircraft with kits made during the Cold War, very much like the ISI stroke Italieri TU22 and TU22M, they are inaccuracies. Okay. Now, I have to say, I'm building this one as a Mojo recovery build, which is, it's helping along. It's going together reasonably well, I say, apart from some fit issues, but that's to be expected. So, just pointing out is this kit. So we are moving into the decaling phase, and I'm reasonably happy with that. There's going to be a build video for this, as I said. And it's just a nice build after you had one that you struggled with, basically. The challenges I had challenges and the workload, October, November, which for those of you who know me personally know that sort of peaks for specific reasons. It's easing down now a bit. The irony being is I still need to work the longer hours, but I haven't been working the level I feel I should have. So there's in essence, I'm building with a degree of guilt as well. But anyway, I try not to be a rivet counter, guys. I sometimes do enough of that at work, but it really shows just how fundamentally different two kits can be, and maybe we might not notice it with other aircraft types. When you build, say, an FW190 from, say, someone like Edward on all the Revell kits, I don't know how the profiles match up. And when it sits on the shelf or on the table at a model show, somebody sees it, either one, they'll say, if they know anything about Russian aircraft, they'll say, that's a Yak-38, or that's a Forger. Fair enough. And that, as for me, is I'm happy to live at that level. I say that with massive caveat. Yeah, does the difference bug me? Yeah, it does. But does it bug me that much? No, frankly not. I do this hobby because I want to enjoy it, because I like chilling out, because I do it to relax, I do it to escape, and I do it because I like doing one project at a time. That's why I do this stuff. I hope I communicate some of that, and I build Russian aircraft. Because I don't have a drop of English blood in me. It ties me a little bit with, I can't say it ties me with the past. It's just a shit I like, guys. So can't say anything else on that. You can have fun with it. Anyway, I'm out of kilter and I'm out of schedule for the UH1 build for Martin Lamont's Luftwaffe build. Blown that one. Sorry, guys. After doing the 226, I really didn't, and having done the 226 as a run of 3 helicopters, I didn't fancy doing another helicopter. That's why I didn't do that. Purely for that reason. Otherwise, I'd be picking up and showing you a 226 in Luftwaffe markings. Doesn't mean I haven't allocated a bit of shelf on the space, a bit of space on the shelf for it, but it's there. My next build, I know Rob Basic Modeling, and it's part of the model group build Facebook group, is doing a recce build, and I hope this sort of qualifies a Sukhoi with the two-seater Su-22, but with the big old recce pod underneath. I'm going to do it with drop tanks, ECM pod, and a couple of heat seekers, just to keep people at arm's length, as my previous Su-22 is in Polish markings. I'm probably going to do this one in Polish markings as well. Other Russian markings, I don't know, but I'd like to have a pair of Su-22s in Polish markings. That just seems nice. They just seem appropriate side by side. So that's planning the next build, just something I can, get it out, start get my clippers out and get to work on it the way we all like to do. That wonderful feeling when you start your kit and you know, we get our side cutters out, and there's always for me that start of project buzz as you're snipping the first pieces off the sprue. I just your excitement level is quite high there. Sadly, sometimes they become the shelf queen. Thankfully, not too often for me. I mean, we'll go on the shelf of doom. More often than not, as you guys know me, I will build it to completion. But there's still that excitement. When you crack the box, you've looked at the kit numerous times, so what's there isn't new to you. But it's just when you start snipping components off the sprue, you're always going to start with a cockpit tub, interior, and then your fuselage house, because the amount of making sure the stuff goes together, and you just like to, get a feel. That to me is, the early fun part. So, looking back over it, 2020, it's been a shit year in so many ways. I'm considering myself incredibly fortunate as that I still have a job, especially given the state of the aircraft industry. I hope that continues well into 2021. My wife lost her job in catering at a uni. That's understandable. We'll see what 2021 brings as life hopefully returns to normal as we move into the spring. I'm not going to talk about the politics side, guys. If you know me, you'll see the stuff I post, the political comments. I don't want to keep that crap on this channel. Get wound up enough about it as it is. The flip side, let's face it, it's been a good year for building models. I've had some flipping excellent build. Started off with a pure flight group build, enjoyed that thoroughly. Then the big old tuple of TU4. Then a couple of the A model kits. I like the response I got from the MiG I-211. And then this run of Pacific Theatre builds and, full projects that I never really anticipated doing. The Millennium, the Betty, the Peggy, the Val, and that dogfight pair. That wasn't on my calendar for 2022. So to have had for 2020, so to have had the opportunity, the space, and motivation to do something like this has kind of made a year really special for me. And thanks to the guys who suggested these group builds that led to this. Really happy and chuffed to have done it. And yes, I've now started buying more World War II aircraft to do. Trying to keep it to Pacific Theatre. I can't be too generalist. I've got to do an expansion in here of shelf space, so hopefully at some stage you can see the background change a bit, I hope. Again, it's down to me extracting digit from whichever aperture it's currently lodged in, but a lot of great builds out there, guys. I've done a lot of shout outs this year. Look over my Chancers View vids, and I always listen. You don't have to listen to the whole thing because I listed Chancers, the shout outs down below. Go back over them and subscribe to the guys I've mentioned. So many good ones out there. I'm going to mention Rob Basic Modelling. Followed him for so long. I keep on mentioning him, but this channel started over 10 years ago now, after inspiration from him. So guys, to all the people who have subscribed to me this year, thank you. To all the guys who still watch my videos, a really big thank you. It's appreciated. I'm sorry this past month or so has been a little bit lackluster in my in what's been coming out there. I keep on saying I will do, but at the end of the day, I'm a modeler who makes YouTube vids, not a YouTuber who makes models. This is a little bit of icing on the cake for me of this hobby, and You know, we share our builds on Facebook as well. So many places now to share that. Modelling, it's great that it's no longer. When I was a kid, if you weren't a member of a model club, who saw your work? But now we share it, our builds with the world. And I actually think it's good for the hobby. It's good for us as modelers that we're inspired by many more people's work. It's not just something we might occasionally glimpse at a model show or event, but it's now, well, and it's worldwide. Our inspirations come from Iceland to New Zealand, and even Tasmania. You know, the full gamut across this world. Our modelers in China, in the Philippines, in Russia, places that we would have never thought we'd see their work, is now open to us, and it's been great this year to have been part of this brilliant global community of scale modelers. That's what, to me, it's been the best part of it. I've seen and appreciated work from everywhere, and that's been brilliant. I hope it continues. I know there's a lot of comments about YouTube. Is this YouTube? Honestly, I am happy with YouTube. I'm thankful to them for giving us a platform where we can post stuff like this, so that all far in North Wales can ramble inanely about plastic kits and his perspective on it, and then post it and know that it's going to be seen by people in the Czech Republic and people in Poland, wherever else, you know. And I'm grateful for that, and I'll set aside any of this political crap. YouTube is, I don't care. This is my channel. I post the stuff I enjoy doing, and I really am grateful to be able to share this hobby with you. And you know that a man cave isn't so lonely, knowing that you guys are out there, the other fellow modelers are out there. We've all got little windows into our own man caves, little portals connecting us, and that's what YouTube is. And if you're watching this from your man cave, take a look around the space and realize how fortunate we are to have it, to have these spaces, this time, and this hobby. I miss wargaming. It's been, I know, for you wargamers out there, I realise this would have been doubly bad, that you can't meet with your mates, you can't go to your clubs. Hopefully you've painted up armies, you've done some solo wargaming, and you know, for you guys, I'm really sorry if you know your hobby space time has been so badly affected. I know D-Side Defenders Wargames Club's been hit badly by it. As I say, all we can hope for is March, April, we start seeing the first shoots of being able to get back out there. And you know, the clubs will open up again, our model shows will open up again, and the events that bring us together will open up again. But it's still been brilliant that we've been able to come together over this little windows we have, that we open up and say hi. And so all of you guys, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your builds, your projects, your experiences, your high points, your low points, your dramas, your celebrations. Thank you, all of you within this modelling community who share this and bring this on board. Whether I'm subscribed to you or not, thank you. I'll hopefully subscribe to more of you in the coming year. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. Keep building, keep sharing, keep unboxing, keep chatting about your kits. Keep griping about your kits. Count a few rivets. Build some what-ifers. Do whatever you like. But keep sharing it, guys. And I will wish you all now a happy Christmas, a happy New Year. I know you're not going to, in your family groups, your bubbles, or even if you're on your own, happy Christmas, guys. Have a safe one. Have a blessed one. Have a peaceful one. And if you see my 2020 build, my builds of 2020, you may well do so. But until the New Year's Chancers Views in January, guys, take care, happy modelling, and whatever your view on it is, whatever spiritual realm or not that you engage with, feel a part of, God bless, may the spirits, may the prophets be with you all at this time and walk with you in the coming year. This is Chancellor North Wales, signing out.